So you just bought Kovaaks for $4.99 on Steam sale, you loaded it up 2 days in a row, and then you logged into Valorant, and you're still in bronze. Let's talk about why. What up? It's the champ with Stridah's Angels Esports and Entertainment, and welcome to episode 16 of how to improve your aim. And in today's video, we're gonna talk about all the reasons your aim training hasn't transferred from aiming.pro or kovaaks into your actual FPS game. And if this is your first time in the channel, please consider subscribing so that you can come back for bi-weekly aim training content. Self-promotion out of the way. Let's go. Reason number one why you're still missing your shots in game is simply you haven't put enough time into training yet. I'm involved in a lot of different Reddits and Discords for aim training, and every single week I see posts about how people have trained for 2 days or 2 weeks, whatever it is. It's just a ridiculously short time, and they're complaining about how they haven't gotten any better. Now this is just crazy to me. Like, it takes a lot of time to improve, a lot of time. And there's actually a theory that it takes 10,000 hours to like truly master something. And if you look at your time played on Steam, is it 10K? All right, so mine isn't either. So we all have a lot of work to do. And we live in a society where people kind of expect instant gratification. Like youth sports gives out trophies to the 17th place team. All the AAA game companies implement skill-based matchmaking and all this other crap so that noobs won't get slapped. And if you're aim training, you have to get out of this mindset of instant gratification. If we want to talk a realistic time frame, I would expect to see no transfer from your kovaaks training for at least a month. And then like when you do start seeing improvements, they're going to be rare. Like you might see like a flash here and there in a 2-hour game session where 1 or 2 tracks that you hit, you were like, okay, that was close long strafes right there. And so what I'm getting at here is aim training, it's a grind, right? It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It takes time to see your hard work materialize into gameplay. Reason number 2 is you're only training click timing scenarios. And every single aim trainer I've been on, Tile Frenzy is the most played scenario, and it's not even close. And a good portion of players only do Tile Frenzy. And if you look at all the popular click scenarios, they tend to have more players play them than the popular tracking scenarios. And listen, only training clicking is kind of like a kickboxer never training their punches. So you're going into a fight with literally half of the skill set. And I always say, I think tracking is the most important part of your training routine. And it's the one people tend to neglect. But if you are training it, it's the one that I also think people tend to improve in the fastest. So please start checking out some tracking scenarios. I even have some routines posted up in my channel if you'd like to check them out too. Reason number 3 why your aim hasn't improved in your actual game, and this is another one I see posted on Reddit almost every day. Someone will say they've been training for hours a day and they haven't improved at all. And every single thread, there's multiple people who reply with just train more. And no, that is not the answer at all. Just training will not help you get better. You'll plateau because you're not focusing on your technique and mechanics. You need to have a focus for what you are trying to improve or focus on every time you try to train. So I talk about in almost every video mouse pathing, and this is something you should be concentrating on in your click scenarios. And if you're working on tracking, I talk about smoothness, so you should be focused on your mouse smoothness. And this is just an example of how you have to pick things during your training that you're going to focus on. If you're just training like people are telling you to do on Reddit, your technique will not actually get any better. So you're going to only improve at moving your mouse with some crazy loopy trash mouse motion. Reason number 4, I like to call the death grip. And I think this is one of the biggest reasons people have trouble transferring their aim trainer skills to game. And aim training is pretty chill, right? You just pop on your favorite music, you zone out, and you shoot shit. But gaming can be stressful. And what happens is when adrenaline kicks in, people start tensing up and over trying. And I like to call this death gripping your mouse. And it's like an out of control spiral here, because when you're using the death grip, your muscles are tense and you're going to wind up overshooting your targets. And then when you go to correct again, you overshoot the other way. And this is because you're applying more force than what you're used to in training. And I used to have a friend who would actually always run an ump at the end of PUBG games because there's virtually no recoil on that gun. And he would get a lot of kills because other people would be so nervous at the end of the game and their hands are shaking and they're missing all their shots with the M4s and the AKs. So try to take some time in game to notice when adrenaline is making you death grip your mouse. Reason number 5, and I know people will not want to hear this, but aim might not actually be your biggest problem in game. And there are so many components to being successful in games, such as like movement, game sense, game knowledge, decision making. Aim is just a small component of your gameplay. So if you're consistently losing gunfights, try and think if your other mechanics were on point. Did you use cover? Did you push a fight with a crap gun knowing someone else had a better gun? All right, having laser aim won't just instantly make you a better player. You need to work on your overall skill set if you really want to improve. So that brings us to the end of episode 16. Please let me know in the comments if I missed any reasons why you think you're not able to translate your aim from kovaaks to in-game. Also, if it's your first time in the channel, consider again subscribing so that you can keep coming back for more aim training content. I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Champ, out.